here we are again, it seems. Now then, hello everyone, this is Haruka, and welcome to the test, Hypothesis Rising. If you didn't know, this is a sequel to the test which I played yesterday. Like I said, I'm going to be playing the sequels to the test all throughout the week. I'm not sure if that's good for you, because you'll be diving deep into my fractured psyche. But oh well. With that said, however, shall we begin? I've already played the test. Let's get on with it, shall we? Wonderful news. We can continue. And so it begins. Hello and welcome to my office. It's truly a pleasure to see you today. Lovely mask, sir. Please excuse the mess. I haven't had a chance to clean up yet. Now, I don't want to take up too much of your time with blabber and nonsensical speak, so I'll just get straight to the point. Sometimes, we have to ask ourselves life's tough questions. There's one question in particular I'd like for you to ask yourself. Anna, are you happy? Well, I should say that I am. And when I say happy, I don't mean content. Being content is great, but it's not the same as being happy. Anna, I want to help you. I want to inspire you to be the best that you can be. I want to inspire you to be the happiest version of yourself. I want to see you grow, inside and out. Well, that could be taken several different ways. Now, how do we accomplish this, you might be asking? Good question. Allow me to explain. And when I say 100% entire honesty, I mean 100% entire honesty. Punctuated for emphasis, Very well then. Think about it. You do want to be happy, don't you? Who doesn't want to be happy? Aside from a close associate of mine. Still trying to figure out how to get her to emote. You wouldn't want to do something so bold as to tempt fate by lying, would you? Just remember, if you lie, the only person you're lying to is yourself. The only person who will suffer from this is you. And believe me, you will suffer. Not to mention whether the fact that you tell the truth or not. Oh no. But that's another story. Let's be moving on, shall we? We've wasted enough time explaining what we're going to be doing. I'd rather you just get to the point, Mr. Fate. Just remember, we all want to be good people. We all want to give the answers that we feel lend the most desirable human traits within ourselves. But sometimes, good people do bad things. And sometimes, we don't always have desirable traits as humans. I cannot express how just important it is to be truly honest while answering these questions, no matter how uncomfortable the truth may make you. We've done this before. Now, it's time to get into the full meat of this experience. It's time for you to get the advice that you deserve. As you read questions and scenarios during this process, I want you to create your own circumstances and build your own bridges to arrive at the answer that best suits your own psyche. If you've never experienced a scenario being asked of you, then simply imagine that you have and try to assume how you might feel in that situation. Yes, of course. I'd like to invite you to pour a glass of water, sit back, and relax as we unfold your fate and the secret to overcoming the next hurdle in your life. We're going to start with some basic, easy questions. If you answer these questions twice, your advice may change. Hara? It's not just about answering these questions. It's about the many different variables. Many different factors are at play here, including the amount of time taken to answer proposed questions. With that being said, it's far more important to actually take your time and think about how honest of an answer you're giving before you give it. Whatever you do, do not rush the process. Time is your best friend here. You'll see what I mean soon enough. And here we go. Very well then. Do you feel uncomfortable right now? If you're going to ask me how much I masturbate, then yes, but at the moment, no. Are you nervous? No. Do you feel cold? Not quite. Do you feel sad? No. Have you ever hurt someone because you were hurting, but even though they didn't deserve it? Can't recall a time that I have. Do you crave acceptance by others? What an odd question. But if I'm honest, no. Have you ever lost a loved one? Sadly, yes. Do you know what heartbreak feels like? I hope to never experience that, so no. Do you believe in demons? Reusing a question from the first game, are we? No. Do you believe in curses? Not necessarily. Would you consider yourself to be spiritual? Not really, no. Are you afraid of dying alone? I believe I've answered this already. Yes. If there was undeniable proof that a ghost was haunting you, would you continue to live in your home? Perhaps. If they're a lovely tea guest and don't leave the dishes in the sink. Have you ever seen an object mysteriously move without being touched? No, can't say that I have. Do you believe that it's possible for a game to summon supernatural forces into your life without you knowing it? No. Would you like to make more friends? Of course. The more the merrier. And the more to experiment on if they're being naughty. Now then. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? I've answered this already, dear. Yes. Do you feel lonely? Not necessarily. Huh? Talk to me! I saw that! You can't fool me! Do you make friends easily? I think I try to. Do you tend to avoid drama where possible? Oh yes, this queen don't need no drama. Have you ever had a near-death experience? Well, My friend, Homura, I believe she tried to fight a demon and almost got the rest of us killed. So, yes. Do you like horror movies? Oh, yes. Who doesn't love a good scare every once in a while? This is all very interesting. Have you played the test? Played it yesterday. That's the spirit. Have you played the horoscope? No, I can't say that I have. Give it a whack. I'm totally not biased or anything. Do you watch Excuse you? Well, if I'm to be honest, would you consider yourself to be a hard worker? Oh, darling, considering the hours I work at my job. Do you have a low opinion of yourself? Not particularly. Would you consider yourself to be a confident person? Certainly. Would you help an old lady across the street, even if you were running late for an appointment? Of course. That's common human decency right there. Would you kill all of your neighbor's pets just to save one of your own? Excuse me? No! If you haven't noticed in any of my videos, I do not do animal cruelty. Have you ever tried to smother yourself with a pillow just to see if you could actually suffocate yourself? That's autoerotic asphyxiation, and this girl ain't about that. Have you ever been caught dancing when you thought no one was watching? Well, Potato-kun seen me dance, so yes. Have you ever tried to roll your eyes back so far just to see if they would actually get stuck? No, can't say that I have. Have you ever played a practical joke that you regret pulling on someone? I'm not the jokester in this family, so no. Are you streaming live right now? No, just recording. Are you recording this gameplay session right now? Why, yes, I am. If I told you that I was watching you play this game right now, would you believe me? Well, you are standing right in front of me, sir. If you've left a comment from me at any point in time, I've read your words. Does this bother you? Not necessarily, no. If you've left a comment from me, does it make you feel positive that I've paid attention to what you've taken the time to write? Well, I suppose. Do you understand that no matter what, I appreciate you? Oh, that's my secret word from last time. Lovely. I really do. Are you afraid of snakes? No, I wouldn't say that I am, considering one of my closest companions' whole motif is a snake, so no. Do you believe in magic? Answered this already, I believe. Have you cried in the last month? My? Yes, actually. Do you have a hero? Yes, actually. Do you typically learn from your mistakes? Well, that's how we grow as people. We learn from our mistakes. So, yes. Do you enjoy outdoor activities? Well, who doesn't enjoy being outside every once in a while? Would you consider yourself to be lazy? No, I wouldn't say so. Do you sometimes find it difficult to seem motivated? Oh dear, I'm always in my laboratory doing things, so No, I wouldn't say it's difficult to stay motivated. Do you put the needs of others before yourself? Again, common human decency. Would your family and friends describe you as kind? Of course. Have you ever cheated in a relationship? Fate, are you trying to get into my pants? Because I assure you, it won't end well for you. Have you ever been cheated on in a relationship? My last boyfriend was an abusive bastard, so yes. Would you consider yourself to be judgmental? I try to be kind and fair to everyone, so no, not necessarily. I see. Are you a hero to someone else? Well, I would like to think so. Then again, I'm not sure. Do you love animals? Of course. Have you ever found a family member on Tinder and wanted to hit them with a super like just to make shit real awkward? No! Yeah, me neither. Fate, you are a weird, strange man. Do you enjoy drinking alcohol? Not every day, no. Are you intoxicated right now? No. Well, that makes one of us. Do you like the phrase sneaky snake? That's an odd phrase to say. So no. Are these questions a bit strange to you? Not really. Do you have a vivid imagination? I try to have one. Do you feel uncomfortable in large social settings? A little, yes. Would you consider yourself to be antisocial? No. Do you hold a grudge for long periods of time? Grudges are not good for the soul! I told you this! Have you ever urinated in public? Do you like pineapple on your pizza? Not necessarily. It throws off the flavor of the pizza. No. Would you consider yourself to be selfish? No, I wouldn't necessarily say so. Do you think you've got a big ego? Such a huge ego. It won't fit. It's too much. I walk like this so I can back it up. No. Would you consider yourself kinky? I swear you've asked me this before. But if I'm answering honestly... Have you ever masturbated into a fishbowl? No! My! Well then, you can't be that kinky. Oh, you want to know how kinky I am? Then get down on your knees and lick my shoes, little pig dog. My. Now then. Would you consider yourself to be religious? Well, I've dressed up as a nun before, but no, I don't have any religious beliefs. Would you consider yourself to be temperamental? No. If you had to kill someone to save your own life, but you knew they didn't deserve it, would you do it? No, of course not. Interesting. Would you sacrifice your own life for a complete stranger? Well, that's a hard one. Even more interesting. Have you ever been inside of a burning building? No. Have you ever been to a funeral? Unfortunately, yes. If you could attend your own funeral before you died, would you take the opportunity to do so? Interesting question. But no, funerals are rather sad, so I wouldn't even want to attend my own. If you could see into the future, but you were told that it would only reveal the absolute worst of what's in store for you, would you still look? Only out of morbid curiosity. If you had the power to stop time, would you use it to do something that you know you shouldn't do? Well then, something that I know that I shouldn't do. Oh, I'll be a little naughty and tell the truth. If you had the power to remove one person from Earth, never to return again, would you use it? Oh, I can think of a few people that I would just poof out of existence. So yes. If I told you that I understand you better than you understand yourself, would you believe me? Well, you seem to be an omnipresent deity that resides over the fate of the universe, so yes. If someone threatened to kill you, would your first response be to react in violence? Well, that's reflex talking, so yes. If a stranger stole money from you to support their drug addiction, would you forgive them if they apologized to you? If they begged for forgiveness and kneeled down and worshipped me like the queen that I am, then perhaps. My sadistic side is slipping out, isn't it? My! But still, I don't think I would, no. If a family member said something nasty about you behind your back, would you confront them about it directly? Yes, I'm a big girl. I can handle my problems. If you had to eat raw squirrel brains for 3 days to stay alive, would you do it? Well, considering my teammates and I lived in a cave for 5 years, we've had to eat worse, so yes. If you woke up tomorrow and none of your family remember who you were, would you choose to leave and start a new life? Well, as I've said, my family life wasn't the best, so if a homeless man was clearly sick, freezing, and utterly miserable in the rain, would you be willing to give him your clothes and walk home naked? Are you trying to get into my pants? But if I'm being honest, yes. Common human decency. If someone accidentally hit you in their car but you suffered no injuries whatsoever, would you still be upset with them? To be honest, no. Have you looked for any hidden meanings or messages within these questions? Can't say that I have, no. Maybe you should have been. Are you wondering if there's a deeper meaning to all this other than simply answering question after question? Not quite. Miracles happen every day. Do you agree? Well, a miracle could happen every day, to be fair. You never know. Umbrellas aren't worth lugging around you, and you don't mind getting rained on. Do you agree? No, if you stay in the rain too long, you'll catch a cold. Red is a prettier color than pink. Do you agree? No, I love pink. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag blowing in the wind? Waiting to start again? Eating in front of people can be awkward. Do you agree? Not quite. Rings used as a ceremonial wedding gift are so outdated. Do you agree? Well, as a certain event in my life is about to happen, hopefully. No, I wouldn't think so. Did you realize that the first letter of the last 6 questions, when combined, spells out the word murder? No. Do you know why that is? Not quite. Does that make you slightly uncomfortable? No. Are you going to start paying closer attention to what you may have gotten yourself into? Do you realize it's too late to turn back now? I'm here? What? Do you hear someone in your room? No. Do you see the shadows closing in? Do you feel like you're being watched? Well, I'm watching you. Did you look around your room a moment ago? Well, quite the awkward segue. Do you like long walks on the beach? Well, yes, they're awful pleasant. Do you enjoy giving gifts to people? Of course. Have you ever felt like giving up on life? No. Do you love your family more than you love yourself? By family, do you mean Potato-kun and Yumi? Because if that's the case, yes. Do you have a best friend who's clearly better than the rest of your friends? If you're watching this, Yumi, hello, dear. But I hold all of my friends in equal regard, even though Yumi is a lovely roommate. Very well. Do you think there's some kind of conspiracy behind the coronavirus? Oh, we're not even going into that, no. Do you believe that you're human? Of course I'm human. If you could turn invisible, but you could never be visible again once you've decided to use your power for the first time, would you ever use it? It's tempting to be invisible, but if no one could ever see me again, no. If you knew that someone was about to rob a convenience store, but you knew that they were doing it to help their family, would you stop them? No. If you were stranded on a remote island with a stranger and you were both starving, but you found a secret stash of food that they didn't know about, would you share it with them? Yes. If you could turn into an eagle for 1 year, but you wouldn't be able to turn back into a person until that 1 year had passed, would you do it? No. If you had the opportunity to earn riches beyond your wildest dreams by fighting a grizzly bear to the death by using nothing but a machete and an army helmet, would you do it? Well, it's certainly not worth it, no! If you had to pick one basic food item to eat exclusively for an entire year, would you choose potatoes? Now, are you talking about my lovely boyfriend, or the fruit of the earth? Because I'll honestly take either. Now then. If pizza screamed in agony every time you bit into a piece, would you still continue to eat pizza? Well, no. If your best friend got bitten in the genitals by a highly venomous snake and the only way to save their life was to suck the venom out of their genitals, would you do it to save them? So are you asking me if I would commit cunnilingus on Yumi if she was ever bitten in the snatch? I mean... Oh, to hell with it. Was that question difficult to answer? A little bit, yes. Do you feel mortal? Why, yes. Why wouldn't I? Do you enjoy loud music? Yes. Do you feel awkward when you dance in front of others? A little. Do you suffer from an anxiety disorder? No. Do you ever feel depressed? I've answered this. You're not alone. Do you feel relaxed? Of course. Do you think you have a guardian angel watching over you? Yes. Do you ever hear your name being called when no one could have called it? No. I'm going to take special note of that one. Do you always look both ways before crossing the road? Common sense. Do you wash your hands every day? Again, common sense. Do you feel uncomfortable using public restrooms? Oh, like you wouldn't believe. Is winter your favorite season? No, I prefer summer. I get to be more exposed that way. Do you know anyone named Josh? No, can't say that I have. Are you wondering why that last question is relevant? No. Are you allergic to any animals? I can't say that I am, no. Have you ever thought about an animal in a sexual way? No. Have you ever been in love? Of course. I've mentioned several times that I have a boyfriend. Would you consider yourself to be artistic? No, that's still more Basho's thing. Would you consider yourself to be dominant in day-to-day life? My. Do you feel like you've got too much time on your hands? No. Can you easily be intimidated by others? It's others that need to be intimidated by me. Are you easily excitable? Yes. Do you enjoy solving complex problems? A little. Do you have a difficult time relaxing? No. Would you consider yourself to be high maintenance? Others would think that of me, but I don't think that of myself. Do you trust easily? Unfortunately, more than my own good. Would you consider yourself to be an honest person? Of course. Have you ever told a lie? Can't say that I have. Have you ever lied to your best friend? No. Have you ever lied to your family? As much as I dislike them, no. Have you ever lied about any answers during this session? No. Are you wondering why all of these questions have to do with lying? No. This is all very useful information. Are you a people pleaser? A little. Do you enjoy being the center of attention? Of course. Do you feel like you've got a good sense of humor? A little. Do you frighten easily? Well, considering the vast majority of games I play on this channel are horror-related, yes. Well, thank you for the noises. Well, that was odd. I wonder what that was about. Trying to frighten me, Fate, are you? That's probably a good place to stop for us to stop the simple segment of our questionnaire and move on to the more gritty questions. This next set of questions will not be yes or no answers. The next portion of our session will be filled with various scenarios that put you smack dab in the middle of vital choice making. We'll see how well you handle your options as we delve deep into each scenario. Remember, the key to all of this is to answer honestly. Let's get started. You're home alone. It's dark. It's storming outside. All of a sudden, there's a knock on your bedroom door. Someone's in your house. What do you do? Ask who is it and wait? Very interesting choice. You met a homeless woman on the street. She asked you for money. You find it within yourself to give her all the spare change that you have. Just as you do, a homeless man approaches asking if you can spare some change. What do you do? Sharing is caring, as they say. Really now? Well, I tried to answer as best as I can. Come now. Both your mother and your father fall incredibly ill to a life-threatening disease, and there's only enough medicine and faculties to save only one of your parents, and time is of the essence. What do you do? Well, I respected my mother more than I respected my father, so... But still... I did not have the best home life, so... Oh, to hell with it. That doesn't surprise me. You find a case of money tucked inside of a dumpster. Inside, there's 10 solid gold bars and a vial of mysterious liquid. Under the vial, there's a note that says, "The cure for cancer." What do you do? Keep the gold bars, yes, but give away the cure for cancer. Or I could, as intelligent as I am, synthesize the cure for cancer and mass produce it. Haha! Using your 300 IQ. What a wasted opportunity. I'm sorry, I know I shouldn't judge. You're stuck alone inside of your house and you're starving to death. You've run completely out of food and no one is coming to save you for weeks. The only potential source of food around you is your family pets. What do you do? My! I'd continue to starve in that case. Why am I not surprised? Your neighbor's home is on fire, a blazing inferno. A blazing inferno among smoke emits from the windows. You hear screams for help coming from within, but you can't see past the flames. No one is around in sight. What do you do? Well, I tried to save everyone inside, of course. I like that. You're fast asleep in your bed when you're awoken by what sounds like a woman's muffled cries somewhere in your room. You quickly realize that it's coming from under your bed. What do you do? Well, I'd get the hell out of there, to be honest. A man in a fancy suit approaches you while you're walking down the street. He pulls out a watch from his pocket and hands it to you. He claims when the watch stops ticking, it marks the moment your time runs out on this earth. What do you do? Decline the offer and keep walking, of course. Would you now? You're sitting at home playing a game on your PC when all of a sudden, someone grips and squeezes your shoulder firmly from behind. What do you do? Tell them to squeeze harder. I could use a nice massage. You're sitting in the bathtub trying to relax when a hand emerges from the water. What do you do? Kick the hand and try to keep it away from me? I'd give it a firm handshake. Clever. You get out of bed and immediately fall into a deep, dark hole. A man is standing above you, looking down, telling you to put lotion on your skin while he watches. What do you do? If it's Potato Coon, then... Smart choice. You're sitting at home, alone, and all of a sudden your door slams shut. You see it before your very eyes, and you know that no one is home, and it couldn't have been a gust of wind. What do you do? Stay perfectly still and watch the door. I like that. Someone you've known for many years but have no attraction to tells you that they have a massive crush on you for a long time. What do you do? Well, I have a boyfriend, so... I'm flattered, but I'm just not interested. Ah, so you're one of those types. Your dog starts randomly barking into the darkest corner of your living room. There doesn't appear to be anything there, but your dog insists on escalating to growls. What do you do? Try to calm the dog down by petting them. I'm taking note of that. You see a massive spider in your room the size of your hand. What do you do? Try to capture it alive for science. I mean, what would you do? Your closest family member tells you that they're a serial killer. What do you do? Try to convince them that they need help. Or you know, the more rational thing. I'm sorry, I don't care how close you are to me. If you're killing people, then you're going to the police. If you found out that you have one day left to live, what would you do? My, I'd try not to think about that, to be honest. But if I did have one day left to live, I'd tell everyone I cared about that I loved them dearly, give Potato Coon the biggest kiss of his life, and tell Yumi that she's the best roommate and friend that I've ever had. But I try not to think about my own mortality, to be honest with you, because it scares me. My! If one of your pets started speaking to you and told you that they've got a dire warning that they're going to die if you don't let them eat all the ice cream in the freezer, what would you do? Assure them that you'll protect them, of course. Oh, lovely. If all of a sudden you could start hearing other people's thoughts and the person next to you was thinking about mugging you and stealing your money, what would you do? Get away from them as quickly as possible, of course. That sounds reasonable. Oh, really then? You know what else is reasonable? These. Huh, running joke. Now then. Your best friend comes to you and tells you that they just accidentally killed someone and they don't want to go to prison. What would you do? Well, Yumi wouldn't kill anyone. She's not that kind of person. Sorry, Yumi dear. Aww. You're driving in your car and you accidentally run someone over. You're pretty sure they're okay, but the fact that their head is clearly detached from their body suggests that it's probably just wishful thinking. What do you do? Well, this is a rather difficult one. I'd turn myself in. Ah! I'm watching you! Okay, Fate, you need to stop that. Interesting how that played out. I think it's time that we move on to the next portion of the test. The following questions that shall be asked of you are would you rather style questions. Imagine you've got a gun to your head and you must absolutely choose an answer. No matter how uncomfortable that may be. Let's get started, shall we? Would you rather be loved by all or feared by all? Loved by all. Would you rather never get angry or never get jealous? Anger leads to hate. Never get angry. Would you rather be held in high regard by your parents or by your friends? My friends. Would you rather live in space or live under the sea? Well, living under the sea means I get to meet Kagura, so... Would you rather donate your body to science or donate your organs to people who need them? Would you rather go to jail for 5 years for something that you didn't do, or get away with something horrible you did but always live in fear of getting caught? Would you rather work at a horrible job that you hate? Been there. But retire comfortably in 10 years from now? Or would you rather have your dream job, but have to work until the day you die? Retiring in 10 years sounds nice. Would you rather every shirt that you wear to be somewhat itchy, or only be able to use 1 ply of toilet paper? I'd just take the itchy shirt. My! Would you rather have skin that changes colors depending on your mood, or have tattoos appear on your body that depict what you did yesterday? I'll be a chameleon, because that sounds fun. Would you rather poo every time you orgasm, or orgasm every time you see a duck? I think I'll orgasm every time I poo, thank you very much. If your partner switched bodies with one of your parents... What? And the only way to get them to switch back was to have sex with one of them. Would you rather have sex with your partner in your parent's body, or have sex with your parents in your partner's body? What in Kagura's name is wrong with you? Just answer the question. No! Oh my god. That one had no bearing on your results. I was just curious. You are a sad, strange little man. And I pity you. I think we've answered enough of these questions, just as I'm sure you'd agree. We're going to end the test with a short series of final questions, giving simple answers. We'll get started now. Out of the following options, which number do you like the most? 3. Out of the following options, which color resonates with you best at this exact moment? What, no pink? Red then, I guess. Out of the following options, which creature are you the least comfortable around? Scorpions, obviously. Out of the following options, which flavor is your favorite? Can't go wrong with vanilla. Although I do like chocolate. Chocolate. Out of the following options, which do you personally value the most? Friends. Out of the following options, which could you most live without? Out of the following options, which statement is the most accurate? Out of the following options, which are you most afraid of? Dying alone, obviously. We're almost finished, but I just got one final question for you. Have you ever punched a nut? We've been over this. Come now. You really ought to try it sometime. It could really take the edge off. I think I'll pass. All right, we're done here. I'm through with you. I'm just going to calculate your results very carefully. I don't want to miss anything important. Trying my absolute hardest not to judge you right now. Trying to keep this as professional as possible. Aha! Here we go. Based on what you've told me, I've come to a conclusion. This is what I personally believe will be in your best interest to acknowledge, set in motion, and accomplish in order to climb the ladder to happiness in your life. First and foremost, I'd like to start with a blanket statement that everyone truly needs to hear. Anna? Something that is taken for granted far more than anything else in life. Something that is such an incredible, unique, irreplaceable value compared to anything else on this earth. And that, my friends, is the value of time. Time is the most valuable form of currency you will ever hold in life. You can spend it on time on anyone, doing anything, for any reason. Now, time can be spent, time can be wasted, and time can be taken away. But time can never be refunded. Time can never be earned back, and more time can never be gained. Imagine a bank account with all the money you'll ever get to spend in life. Now, imagine not knowing how much money is in your account. Imagine going to the store one day to purchase something you really need, and the cashier tells you, "I'm sorry, but you cannot afford that." As a matter of fact, you can never afford anything, ever again. We only have so much time, and we have no idea just how much or how little we truly have before our bank account runs dry. And the fact that we get to decide and choose what we want to spend our time on just shows you how truly special it is when someone spends their time on you. So now that we truly understand the incredible value of time, I'd like to make a suggestion for you personally on how you'd be best spending your time in order to truly achieve what you need at this current stage in your life. Let's see here. I'm going to be real with you here. Your biggest waste of time is that you spend more time thinking about doing things instead of actually doing them. You get stuck in this infinite loop of paralysis by analysis, where instead of actually carrying out a task, you spend countless time thinking about doing it or analyzing whether or not it's actually worth doing. But the only true way to ever really know if something is worth doing or not is to just suck it up and do it. Think about all the time you've wasted by overthinking and procrastinating. If you were to add all of that time up, just how much time do you really think you've wasted? Now, imagine if you would just shut your brain off, stop thinking about doing things, and just done them. Think about how many great things you could have accomplished by now. Now that the tough love part is out of the way, listen to me carefully. You've got so much life left to live and so much potential to do so many things. It's time to stop thinking and start doing. You're going to unlock a new world of opportunity, and you're going to be such an amazing path once you get moving. Don't waste any more time, because you can either be where you want to be in 3 months from now, or you can be looking back to 3 months ago and be exactly where you are now. Once you get the ball rolling, you're going to be a hell of a lot happier in life, and I think you can already feel the truth in that. I think you'll be very surprised just how much of a positive impact this can have on your life going forward. I hope this information helps you achieve your goals. Your secret word is accomplish. Remember this word. It will come in handy. Well, goodbye, Mr. Fate. Try not to get into my pants again, will you? And yes, the secret word again. And of course, thank you again, developer. One more thing. We greatly appreciate your feedback and support. And of course, the final installment. We'll be doing that tomorrow. But not a single person has been able to figure out what this entire experiment is about just yet. We look forward to reading your thoughts and feelings, of course. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. Now then, I do believe we've done enough for this episode. And if I'm looking at this correctly, 1 hour? I'm sorry, Potato Coon. I hope you don't mind putting in a little extra work for me. Now then, if you lovely folks enjoyed the test Hypothesis Rising, I will leave a link in the description below to the Steam page. And if you lovely folks enjoyed the video, please do leave a like and a comment to let me know, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, my lovely subjects.